Thousands attend Games closing ceremony. New road brings hope to people, but progress in doubt. And PNG's Ryan Pini scoops Best Athlete Award.
This is National MTV News with Tokana Hasavi.
Good evening and thank you for joining me. This is Sunday's news. Well, 2 eventful weeks of sporting action ended yesterday as thousands flocked to the BSP Stadium to witness its closing ceremony. The 15th Pacific Games closing ceremony was simple, with many describing the Games as a success. Governor-General Sir Michael Ogio said Papua New Guinea must be proud to have successfully overcome all criticism to host one of the biggest sporting events in the Pacific.
We did it.
This was what Governor-General Grand Chief Sir Michael Ogio said in his opening remarks in last night's closing ceremony. The BSP Stadium was packed to capacity as thousands rushed to witness one of the biggest events ever funded and hosted by Papua New Guinea.
These have been the greatest games, regardless of whether you won medals or not.
The closing ceremony was simple, with Pacific musicians belting out their hits to keep athletes, officials, volunteers and the crowd on their feet. All in all, Games Organizing Committee Chair Lady Emma YY thanked all for their efforts in staging the event.
Created the atmosphere at every venue, you wholeheartedly supported every team, and you made our nation proud.
And to the athletes,
you competed with dignity, honor and pride for your country. And we the spectators enjoyed every moment of it. This journey was long, it was challenging, but it was worth it.
Many may have their own critique for the Games, but most say the spirit of the Games has unified the Pacific.
PNG 2015 goal is to leave legacies, physical and human, that will last long after the final medals of these games is awarded.
President of the Pacific Games Council, Vidya Lakan, officially closed the Games.
I proclaim the 15th Port Moresby 2015 Games closed.
Jacob Jr. National MTV News.
Well, still on the closing ceremony, the Pacific Games flag was handed over by PNG's President of the Pacific Games Association, Sir John Darwin Nkura, to President of the Games Council, Vidya Lakan. President Lakan then handed the flag to the next host of the 16th Pacific Games, Tonga. President of the Pacific Games Association of Tonga, Lady Robin Tu Ivakano, accepted the flag on behalf of the people and Kingdom of Tonga. Lady Tu Ivakano says Tonga is proud and happy to welcome all athletes to Nuku'alofa in 2019.
And deeply honored to host you all in Nuku'alofa for the 16th Pacific Games in 2019. Welcome to the Friendly Islands, our people, our game.
Beautiful scenes from the closing ceremony. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill praised organisers and teams for the most outstanding Pacific Games in history. O'Neill thanked all athletes in our region for their outstanding performances over 2 weeks of competition. The Prime Minister says the outcome of the Games is a wonderful achievement in the 40th anniversary of Papua New Guinea. PM O'Neill also congratulated PNG superfish Ryan Pini as the best male athlete of the Games. He says hosting the Pacific Games was a tough decision, but was worth every toil. You're watching National MTV News tonight. We'll bring you more local stories coming up after the break. Stay with us. Good to have you back with National MTV News. People from Baya in Western Highlands Province have high hopes for the Madang to Baya Highway, but are still in doubt about its progress. The road will open up links to populations in the Baya, Lumisa, Mul and the Kalam-speaking people in Middle Ramu Medang. But the progress of the road has left people wondering when their hopes will come to fruition.
The people in Baya are left wondering when the road will connect Medang. Progress of the new highway began a few years back, undertaken by PNG Defence Force engineers. However, to date, the people are not aware of the progress of the road. The road is expected to open up links for an economic route to Medang and has been proposed under the national government's intention to open up new prospects for creating economic sub-zones. The people are excited. The new road will make transportation of coffee and other cash crops accessible, something they have been waiting for years.
Now this road link go down lo Mendang by get big bla wolf bla long Salim all the resources bla.
Ma Rose must go long Mendang all to seven must bla long all Ichelum Baya Lumisa na Mul district and Mula must go through.
Despite their excitement, renewed calls have been made for the national government to continue funding the road. The Baya, Lumisa and Mul people believes this road will give Medang an opportunity to increase its rate of coffee exports. Quinten Alom, National EMTV News.
Medang MP and Petroleum and Energy Minister Nixon Duban says court battles have prevented him from delivering services to his people. He says his court battles in relation to election petitions have taken his attention away from fixing roads and bridges in parts of Medang. In Bigawa, cocoa growers are affected as a bridge is collapsing. This has also left the building of a double classroom and a teacher's house incomplete. Mr. Duban urged people to form cooperative groups and seek funding from the district to start up their projects. Mr. Duban has been in court for over 2 years now. Well, that's a take of our news segment tonight, but stay tuned. We have True Guy Sports that's coming up next.
True Guy Sports.
Welcome to True Guy Sports. PNG's superfish Ryan Pini was announced last night as the athlete rep to serve on the executive board of the Pacific Games Council for the next 4 years. Pini was nominated by athletes at the Games Village over the past 2 weeks. But it didn't stop there though, as the 6 new Games record holders scooped the best male athlete in the inaugural Pacific Games Sports Award. And in other awards, New Caledonia's Lara Grajon got the Females Outstanding Athlete, while Thibault Mary and Emma Terebo grabbed the Junior and Female Awards. Outstanding Team went to the Guam Men's Basketball and Outstanding Coach to Jerry Walwalk from Team Samoa's Weightlifting. PNG's Richard Caspin was awarded the Outstanding Sports Administrator, with Christoph Bonbon from New Caledonia taking out the Technical Official Award. Well, over to cricket now. We now catch up with some highlights between PNG and Vanuatu in yesterday's match.
Young Patriots turning out for Papua New Guinea as the home side had a far more settled start against Vanuatu in their previous 2 encounters. But when captain Chris Amini was stumped for 31 runs, PNG found themselves down 3 for 66. Kipling Doriga stepped up with consecutive boundaries. However, Jason Killer lasted only 14 runs, and slight confusion amongst Doriga and Hiri almost saw another wicket. However, he would find his rhythm shortly after. But when Doriga tried to go long, he caused for Papua New Guinea another wicket. PNG 5 for 80 after 14 overs. Vanuatu's attack given no room. Joel Tom and Hiri deciding not to risk too much. A lucky bounce affording PNG some leeway. But he was stumped soon after. The team now struggling at 7 for 87. And Vanuatu is feeling stepping up as well. But PNG were desperate to get past 100. Kohudai ran out, and soon after Alenau. The innings ending, PNG all out for 98. Kabua Vagi-Morea opened Papua New Guinea's defense, but poor fielding cover had Vanuatu hit their maiden boundary after only 3 balls. The cover, however, stepping up near the off-slip. Raymond Howder Jr. coming close, and Howder getting his first wicket soon after. While Kabua Vagi-Morea was inches wide. But exceptional fielding saw Vanuatu's second batsman out. However, consecutive boundaries dampened PNG's momentum. Kipling Doriga with a misfield and Vanuatu trailed on. Doriga, however, would get his redemption almost straight away. And Howder with his second wicket in the 7th over saw Vanuatu 4 for 87. But a strong performance in the middle order settled their run rate. And a poor delivery by Jason Kila saw a 6 for Vanuatu. Joel Tom up next, but Vanuatu resolute, 3 boundaries in a row. Needing only 26 runs off of 42 balls to win. That gap narrowed even further. And while Riley Hekura missed, hopes were dashed for the home side. And while cheers all around for Alanoa's wicket, the team's resolution was sorely tested.
Well, that's a take on True Kai Sports tonight. We'll bring you all the weather details coming up after this short break. Stay with us.
Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours in southern region, cloudy periods expected in Port Moresby, Karama, Alatau and Daru, while in Popondetta, mostly fine. In Momasia and Lake City, you can look forward to light showers or 2, while Medang, Wewak and Vanimore, mostly fine weather. In the New Guinea Islands, fine weather expected in all centres. And lastly, in the Highlands region, all centres to look forward to cloudy, light variable winds, except Mount Hagen, fine, apart from early morning fog. Now, before we go, as always, we take a quick recap of our top stories tonight. Thousands flocked BSB Stadium to witness the closing of the 15th Pacific Games, which was last night, and slow progress of Medang by Road leaves doubt in people, while PNG Superfish Ryan Pini named as Best Male Athlete. Well, that's been the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 19th of July 2015. But do stay tuned. I'll join you again in World News. That's coming up next. From all of us here, thanks for your company. Good night.